Youaltin. Good evening. My name is Kuetzpal, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel, El Mundo Kuetzpal, where I teach you stuff, and you can also teach me stuff if you'd like, and everybody else who's listening. I am a professional artist and illustrator, and I'm a business owner. I come from a long line of curanderas. Those are native healers. But my method of healing is through art and spiritual ritual. I've been doing this for over 200 years now in my other lives. I've been doing this over 20 years. And yeah, I think I know what I'm talking about. I'm teaching the new moon rituals right now because we're in dire straits with the current political administration, and I think we really need it. Our strength is in our spirituality and in our culture, and we just need to not pull back but push forward. Okay, never retreat, just keep pushing forward. So the ritual we're doing today is OyuaualiuMetsli, and that's a ritual of the luna llena, the full moon ritual, and this month's ritual is the snow moon. Okay, it's tomorrow, February 1st, 2026, at 4:09 p.m. You could do it afterwards, but 4:09 is the only time it's full. So, but you can definitely do it afterwards. I think you can do it till like 3 days afterwards, but it's always going to be less and less forceful or strong. The full moon is one of the 8 stages in the moon's 29.5-day cycle as it orbits the Earth. Each phase reflects how much of the moon's surface is illuminated from what we can see on the Earth. When the moon is full, the whole face of the moon is illuminated and fully visible. Moon stage comes about 15 days after the new moon. The full moon is where we release things. The new moon is where we bring things in, right? We manifest. It's either waxing or waning, respectively. So no matter how full it appears to be, this is when it is. The other stages, of course, are the new moon, the waxing crescent, the first quarter waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, and last quarter and waning crescent. This month's full moon, most frequently called the snow moon, be intense and revealing, right? It's meant to make some profound changes. Various Native American tribes have their own full moon names. Native American tribes have reflect on their customs and traditional climate, ecology. Native Americans in the North refer to it as the snow moon because there's usually snow on the ground in February. While Native Americans in the South, then they most often call it the hunger moon, right? And really, it's a time, even in the snow, when we used to go through more hunger, right? We had to prepare because there was poor hunting, poor gathering. The farming conditions weren't good during this moon, right? There was just less food because the animals were hibernating and just kind of staying out of the snow. Yeah, we still made it. We're still here. The Comanche people name it the sleet moon, right? Because they're down here. We get a lot more sleet in Texas. And the Creek Nation calls it the wind moon. And Shawnee name it the crow moon. I was thinking about the Creek Nation because today when we got off the car, I have a shop that's called Corazones on Fire. And it's at Pica Pica Plaza over on Military Drive. And we paint and we do, it's a tiendita, right? With spiritual things and art things. And so we got off the car. I had already done my hair really nicely, but that's why it looks so flat. Because we got off the car and there was like a whirlwind and it was like my hair was everywhere. And the lady that opened the door for us, she said, "Ay, mija, hay mucho viento hoy, right? Oh, mijita." She's like, "There's a lot of wind today, huh?" And she was already looking at my head that the hair was everywhere. So yes, there was a lot of wind, and I know why the Creek Nation calls it the wind moon. So that was kind of a cool thing to connect. The star signs impacted by the snow moon are Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. Leo, it's going to impact their identity, self expression, and leadership. Aquarius, collective responsibility versus personal authenticity. And Taurus, personal values, security, and attachments to familiar patterns. Scorpio, it's going to affect emotional depth, power dynamics, and underlying truths. The Mesli Luna ritual can be beneficial for releasing hostilities we may hold towards others. You will release that all that does not serve you any longer. And we practice forgiveness. It's something we really do have to practice. At this time, you can clean and energize your crystals or spiritual beads. The Mesli Luna ritual is best done at the time of the full moon. Spiritually, it could be done 3 days, up to 3 days after. Let's see, how do you prepare? You prepare that day, which is tomorrow, is the full moon at 4:09. You're going to contemplate the intentions that you're going to want to release. Because once you get down to that pen and paper, sometimes we draw a blank, okay? And then we don't release all the things we want to release. Make little notes. I do that. Before the Mesli Luna, you're going to cleanse your energy with a spiritual bath. Do your own, or I have one that I recommend on my YouTube channel. You can look at it. Okay. What you need is a white candle. Now, as long as the wax is white, that's all it has to be. It doesn't have to, the glass doesn't have to be white. You need matches. Here are my little matches that I get in Progreso. And then you need sage. Oh, I love sage. And then Avila for some people. Saumador. You need a saumador, or which is an incense holder, and it's more of an indigenous incense holder. I loaned mine to my friend. Actually, I forgot. So, and then, or you can just use a ceramic bowl or plate. This is a little bowl I made way back in my undergrad days in my ceramic class. I've sold most of the things that I had because why do I want to hold on to them? And so you can just put it in there, just something that doesn't burn. You know, you're not going to want to use plastic because it'll burn through the plastic. You need 1 or 2 sheets of paper. You need 1 or 2 sheets of paper depending on how much you want to release. And of course, an ink pen. And you can have some palo santo. That's optional. Afterwards, you can light some palo santo after your ritual. It just is so nice and relaxing and delicious. Okay, so you light your candle. You take off your shoes outside the door of the ritual space. And then you sage your space. I start at the door, and then I go around clockwise, always clockwise. Paying specific attention to the corners, because that's where negativity hides. You know, it kind of gets stuck there. And that also covers the 4 directions. And so then you smudge your whole body, right? You're going to smudge your whole body, especially your feet, because your feet carries a lot of negativity. Write everything you want to release, but first begin with the statement, I release, right? I release the negativity I have towards, I don't know, co-workers at Our Lady of the Lake. No, I'm just kidding. Just a few. I love my co-workers, but, you know, now that I'm retired, it's a lot easier to love them. So you keep positive, and remember, you're releasing things because you no longer want to be burdened with them and their negativity. It drags us down. It's kind of like taking poison and thinking that the other person's going to die. That's not going to happen. We're just poisoning our own bodies. You should not end in anger. Release in the positive, never the negative. After you've written everything down you want to release, your last statement should be, and you write this in on the paper, I demand that all body energies free the energy I'm intending to release, liberate me and my energy through all space, time, and dimension on every layer of my existence. I declare all these things to be in perfect alignment with my greatest and highest good and the highest good of the whole. Así sea, or so it is. Okay? Then you're going to take this paper, you're going to fold it up with all the things you've written in it, and you can light it on the candle, or if your sage is still going, you can light it with your sage, and you're going to hold it over the little plate or the ceramic samador or the ceramic bowl, whatever you're doing, and you're just going to make sure it all burns till it's all ashes. Then you're going to flush it down the toilet. My mom always said to flush it down the toilet. I thought that was weird, but as I've talked to several and learned from several curanderas, they also flush it down the toilet, because then you just flush it and it's gone out of your house, out of your home. And if you have some birds of Palo Santo to introduce new positive energy, if you want to know when to get all, we sell that at Corazones on Fire at Pica Pica Plaza. Next full moon is on March 3rd, and it's the worm moon, and it's at 5:38 a.m., right? So it's in the morning. So always pay attention to the time. Now, this is Central Standard Time. So tomorrow, 4:09 for us, Central Standard Time, Pacific, 3:09, Eastern, 5:09. Okay? Let's see, what else do I have to say to you? Don't forget about the spiritual bath. Look it up on the YouTube. If you want spiritual things, we carry a few things and some art things, but Casa Guajardos carries a whole lot more, and they're at 5223 South Flores Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78214. Their number is 210-922-8949. I've known them to, if you're out of town, they'll send it to you. They're great. They have somebody who reads, Linda, and then they have somebody who does great limpias, Melanie. And then if you just don't even know what you need, you might want to just get in line. Now there's going to be a long line. There's always a long line for Eddie, but that's the sacrifice, right, that we make. And so Eddie is awesome, and he'll tell you what's going on. He'll tell you what you need. All right. So yeah, they're my friends, and they're amazing. They're my family, and my mom used to go to them, so I trust them. I would never send you to anybody that I didn't trust, and so yeah, those people are great over there. I also want to thank Universidad Nahuatl in Ocotepec, Mexico, for showing me a lot of different things that I'm still use today. I also want to thank my cultura, the Payaya and the Lipanapache, the Coahuiltecos, the Mexica, and the Mayan culturas, right, for giving me my strength and my ability to face some wild things. And so there you go. If you're interested in receiving my newsletter, connect on El Mundo Kuetzpal website, Kuetzpal, Kuetzpal.com, and you can request it there. Or you can go to Corazones website, and that's corazones.store. And you can buy things there too. You can buy things on Kuetzpal also. More like t-shirts and clothes and stuff like that. And then art kits art kits and things on Corazones. And just request it, right? And just give us your email, and we'll email it out to you. So thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm growing this channel. I was on it 5 years ago, and I got busy, and then I'm doing it again. But yeah, I've got a little calling to do this. So, and I like it. I love YouTube. Anyway, Tlazocamati, gracias, and thank you for watching. Tu servidora, Kuetzpal.
A placer, puedes tomarte el tiempo necesario, que por mi parte yo estaré esperando el día en que te decidas a volver y ser feliz como antes fuimos.